This video is for entertainment and dookie dingleberry purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously at all. I'm just sharing my own opinions, not facts, on publicly accessible information first made public by public figures. Do not go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, or disparaging comments. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Who's that Pokemon?
A PDF apologist and sympathizer, Dookie Dingleberry Rodriguez! What's up, y'all? This is not your average reaction. I'm just a guy who gets copyright struck by Alexandra Rodriguez and decides to rage edit videos about her. But seriously, I'm a guy who likes to react to health and fitness stuff, usually girl world. Today, for the third day in a row, I mean basically fourth, Alexandra Rodriguez has uploaded. This is a 4-minute video titled "The Truth About My Father." Really interesting. I wonder what she's gonna have to say about this. Because, you know, before we start the video, I just hope that everybody understands that she doesn't just have a PDF father.
Roger Allen Thomas is a convicted sexual predator in the state of Florida.
She has written at least one letter that I know of, maybe more than one, to attempt to get her PDF dad released from prison early.
The problem is this. Alexandra Rodriguez wrote a letter asking the courts to release him early. I will put a screenshot of the letter right here so you can read it yourself. In the letter, which I have pulled up right here, everything that I talk about I will be referencing on my laptop, so I do apologize if I have to look over here. He has never put me he has never put me in any harm's way or ever done anything inappropriate with me or anyone that I know of.
That is a big reason why there is a lot of fire under her right now. I haven't done a lot of research into this, but I am looking into supposedly some of her vacations, maybe to someplace in Florida, has something to do with visiting her father, and she brought her child there, which I'm sure a lot of people have very negative things to say about, you know, obviously. So without any further ado, let's see what this chick has to say. I'm going to put her on 1.5 speed. All right. Let's hold on before I start. One moment. There we go. All right, let's get started.
Today's video is not easy for me to make, but I know it's necessary.
He has never put me in any harm's way or ever done anything inappropriate with me or anyone that I know of.
I always promised to be real with you.
Do you think it was easier or harder than copyright striking all of those channels? Because she had to watch all of those videos, you guys, and write down timestamps of when, fair use, when the video was not transformative.
This is the vocabulary channel.
Whatever. Do you think it was harder for her to copyright strike or to make this video? Because this video is only 4 minutes. I feel like she probably spent a full 24 hours with her eyes open copyright striking people.
That includes taking ownership of things that are difficult, painful, and deeply personal. Recently, parts of my past resurfaced online, a letter I wrote years ago.
He has never put me in any harm's way or ever done anything inappropriate with me or anyone that I know of.
In support of my father, and photos of him at my wedding.
Okay, but it's like, is it just resurfacing now? Because all of the Kiwi farms and the Reddit pages have been pushing this for a really long time, and Alan Roberts even knew about this. The first time I heard about the PDF stuff was from Alan Roberts' mouth.
Oh, you're even worse piece of shit than I thought you were. No kidding. I mean, it's not bad enough that you stick up for the pet and fucking all that bullshit, and you're a horrible mom, and you fucking lie to your audience.
What is going on with that? What did he just say? What?
All the time, but now you fucking are just basically using old footage and pretending
Oh my god, what do you mean, PDF?
it's new. That's fucking...
So this is a known fact for quite a long time, The only reason she's probably making this video is because of the copyright strike stuff, and she's trying to save a little bit of face. So like the very few amount of people that follow her, that don't do any research on her, that are they're just going to take everything that comes out of this woman's mouth as fact, you know, that's who she's making this video for, so she can maintain the 10 to 20K viewers on her YouTube or whatever.
Back in 2021, and I understand how upsetting and
Honestly, maybe it's because she wants people to stop accusing her of using the body filters. Maybe that's what it is. The ego is just like huge, man.
it's been for many people, and I just want to speak honestly from the heart and provide the full context. So, starting from the beginning, my parents divorced when I was very young, and my father left my life almost entirely when I was just 2 years old. He moved away and started a new family, and I saw him maybe once a year, if that. He wasn't really a father to me, and his absence left deep emotional scars that I've carried with me throughout my life.
He has never put me in any harm's way or ever done anything inappropriate with me or anyone that I know of.
Do you think the reason why maybe that he was out of your life was because of the PDF stuff? You know what I mean? Like, and you also have to kind of look into the mom as well and kind of, figure out what's going on there, because, I mean, not to like, blame her for any way, shape, or form, but I mean, you are the wife of this person, so like, I don't know. Probably know something about it.
Into adulthood. When I was a young teenager, I found out my father had been arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison for having sex with a 15-year-old.
May 2008. A 15-year-old girl was sexually abused by her adoptive father. If you're not catching the drift already. His name is Roger Allen Thomas.
It was horrifying, traumatic, and incredibly
How old was she when she learned this?
15-year-old.
When she was a young teenager, so 13, 14, 15. So I did the math, and the abuse happened in May 2006. And according to the internet, Alexandra Rodriguez was born in 1992. So when the crime happened, she was 18 years old. And in this video, she says a young teenager. And like I said, when you say young teenager, you think 13, 14, 15, not 18.
And I was a young teenager.
Every single one of these girls not only lies, but they like to use semantics to try to manipulate people. So Alexandra Rodriguez says that she was a young teenager when she found out about this, yet she was actually 18 years old. She says young teenager because she knows if people call her out on that, she could say, oh, well, that's what I mean. I was a young 18-year-old. You know what I mean? Like it's similar to like having an alcoholic in your family and they come home and you're like, how much have you had to drink? And they're like, nothing, but you can smell alcohol on their breath. And you're like, well, I can smell alcohol on your breath. And they're like, well, I had shots. I didn't have anything to drink, technically. Like that kind of BS.
For having sex with a 15-year-old. It was horrifying, traumatic, and incredibly hard to process.
He has a great opportunity before him, and as I understand, most men in his situation rarely recover coming out of prison or struggle so much that they live a life of despair. Good.
In the midst of all of that, once he was in prison, he began reaching out to me. He manipulated me, telling me that he was on medication, that he wasn't in his right mind, that he truly didn't understand what he was doing, and that he felt remorse. And as a teenage girl,
she was 18 years old.
Who had always longed for a relationship with her dad, I desperately wanted.
This is good, y'all. This is the best angle that she probably could have come at this with, but I'm just not buying it, y'all. I'm not buying it one bit.
To believe him. I was desperate for a connection with the man who had abandoned me, and that longing just kind of clouded my judgment.
She was an adult, by the way. Grown woman.
When I was a young teenager, I found out my father had been arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison for having sex with a 15-year-old.
Grown woman. Writing a letter asking for her child rapist father to be released early because He never hurt me. He didn't hurt anyone that I know of.
I began communicating with him regularly for the first time in my life.
She was 18 years old.
He told me he wanted to be in my life, and I held on to that hope even when I knew I shouldn't have. When he was released from prison, I made a choice that...
Well, like, is your mom not there speaking to you about what's going on? Like, did your mom really not intercept this, jail mail that you're receiving as a teenager? Does your mom really not intercept that, read it, and then have a sit-down talk with you? Like, I'm just having a hard time believing that your mom had no idea what was going on here.
He raped his adoptive daughter. And if you can't see why that is so disgusting and not a reason to throw him into a wood chipper, but let's be honest here, to cut him out of your life and not bring your infant son to visit him.
Always regrets. I allowed him to attend my wedding. I also wrote a letter to the judge reflecting my own limited and manipulated experience. I want to be so clear in this video, I was not fully aware of the details of his crime.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
She was 18 years old.
And that's on me. I was not thinking clearly. I was vulnerable, and that's not an excuse. I was wrong.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
And even though I've long since...
The details, yeah, but like, this is your family.
Adoptive daughter.
And like, how would you just not, how is the mom not being involved in this at all? It doesn't make any sense to me, Alexandra. I'm sorry. This is not making sense to me.
Grown woman writing a letter asking for her child rapist father to be released early. And now I hope that he will be given a chance to be a normal, productive member of society. What about his adoptive daughter?
I want to believe you, but it's not happening.
Ties once I gained that clarity and stepped back from the manipulation.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
I understand that the pain this has resurfaced is valid, and I take full accountability for the choices that I made in that period of my life, even though I made them under emotional pressure and just this deep desire for love and connection. But let me be crystal clear, I do not condone, excuse, or support his actions. What he did was wrong, period.
Okay, but didn't you go, like after the wedding thing, don't you continue to go to Florida or whatever to like visit him once a year? Like, I'm fairly certain that's still going on.
And not bring your infant son to visit him.
Back, I would have never written that letter. I would have never let him into such a sacred and personal moment in my life.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
But I can't go back. What I can do is acknowledge my mistake, learn from it, and take accountability for it. I've done so much work to process the trauma, not just from what he did, but from his lifelong absence, and to establish boundaries that I should have had from the start.
Please consider giving him this opportunity. He is no threat. Oh, really? Because here, I will show you violation of Sex Offender Conditions 3 of the Order of Probation by failing to have no contact with the victim during the supervision period, and as grounds for belief that the offender violated his probation, Officer McCall states that the offender did have contact with the victim on or around April 9, 2020. Yeah. He liked her picture on Instagram. So not only did he violate his love and his trust for his adoptive daughter, he's harassing her after the fact.
To anyone who has been hurt.
From what I understand as well, this man SA'd his adopted daughter. So how, like, I don't know the family dynamics, right? But how does she not know what's going on within her family, regardless of it being an adoption? How does this woman not know? How is she ignorant to this?
Triggered or disappointed by seeing these things, you have every right to feel that way, and I am so sorry. My choices in the past gave space to someone who should have never had it. Being in the public eye means that even in the most private, painful parts of your life, they can come to light, and that's exactly what's happened here. I never wanted this part of my story to be public because it's deeply personal, but I also recognize that when it becomes public, silence isn't an option. This has been a painful wake-up call. about the important.
You know, if you didn't do the letter, if you didn't go to Florida, I don't even know if these things would be relevant, you know, too relevant at all. But it seems like you're continuing to, you know, have sympathy for him and apologize for him, even, you know, even recently, even after you've, you know, written the letter and grown up and realized all that you did was bad, even though it was your, you know, adopted sister that was the one who got assaulted.
When I was a young teenager, I found out my father had been arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison for having sex with a 15-year-old. Having sex with a 15-year-old. A 15-year-old.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
A 15-year-old.
Right? But how does she not know what's going on within her family, regardless of it being an adoption? How does this woman not know? How is she ignorant to this? She was 18 years old.
These are therefore to command you to arrest the offender, Roger Allen Thomas, and bring him before me to be dealt with according to law. This is just the start, my friends.
Of boundaries, transparency, and emotional clarity. I've learned from it, and I really hope that by sharing this, I can offer honesty, closure, and clarity moving forward. I am so sorry for the pain this has caused. Thank you for those who have shown compassion and giving me the space to explain, and thank you so much for listening. Today's video.
All right. Well, I just don't know. I don't know how seriously I take that at all. It's like, it's the same thing with all the girls, right? All of the girls have just a history of lying, deceiving, you know, using words to manipulate people. And so it's like, you're going to have to put in way more work than the average person to prove to us that, you know, you're innocent in this situation, or you had no idea what was actually going on. You know what I'm saying?
A 15-year-old.
He raped his adoptive daughter.
A 15-year-old.
Right? But how does she not know what's going on within her family, regardless of it being an adoption? How does this woman not know? How is she ignorant to this? Like with the, I just keep bringing it back to Foodie Beauty, man. It's like, if you really wanted to donate to people, you can just link it directly to those people's websites. You don't have to white knight yourself and collect all the donations in PayPal and then, you know, boast to everybody about how much money I just donated to these charities. You know what I mean? Like, charity work should be selfless. You know what I mean? You should do it and not say anything to anyone, in my opinion. You know, the reward should come from the satisfaction internally. You know what I'm saying? But I would really love what you guys have to think about this situation in the comments.
This is the Vocabulary Channel.
If you have anything else to add to the conversation, I do plan on making a, you know, essay style video about her in this situation.
My foot on these bitches' neck.
So any information, links that you can give me would be very, very, very much appreciated. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am working on some protein ice cream videos for you guys. I'm going to make it into shorts so I don't like waste your time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, hope y'all have a great day, and I'll check with y'all tomorrow. Peace.
It's
Big Al Dookie Dingleberry Rodriguez. Thanks for watching. Like, dislike, comment, and subscribe if you want.
Do you need to go to the hospital? I love you, Morty. Give Grandpa a kiss. Give Grandpa a kiss. Lips if you want. Whatever you're comfortable with. Some cultures do that. That was sweet. Thank you. I love you. You're my little buddy. Okay, let's watch some
Love Island.
Roger Allen Thomas is a convicted sexual predator.